Hello, welcome to Flex 202 Fitness and Nutrition. I'm Robert Cummings, and in this episode of Meal Prep, I'm excited because I'm going to be making a low-carb cheesecake. All right, let me explain to you what I got going on here. I'm just going to be using the blender to do this. I have some protein powder, a couple of cups of the 80-calorie light and fit Greek yogurt. This is the vanilla flavor. Sometimes I'll use different flavors like blueberry, strawberry, coconut flavor. 2 eggs. I'm using 2 things of cream cheese here, the reduced calorie cream cheese actually. A lemon from my tree that I just picked right now. It's going to be fresh squeezed. And I decided on this one I want to have a little bit of a kind of a graham cracker type crust, but I'm going to be using almond meal instead. So I have a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to be using a 1/2 cup of almond flour, a little bit of vanilla, and some artificial sweetener. And also in the mix, I'll be using some artificial sweetener over here. One of the reasons I'm using the blender is because if you've ever had a protein shake and you've used it in the blender and you've over blended it, it'll make it very airy and kind of get you a little bloated even. Well, that's what I'm looking for the cheesecake, because it's going to add that extra bit of air in it that it needs that I can't get with the mixer, but I could get with the blender. So I'm going to blend it at a high speed in order to get that aeration going in it. And then whenever I bake it, it'll come up light and fluffy. All right, let's get going. Okay, the cheesecake is finished. I let it cook probably for about 40 minutes or so, and I let it cool for a bit. And the thing I love about using parchment paper is you can just pick things right up out of the pan and it doesn't stick, and it's just great. So I use parchment paper in just about everything that I do, especially baking in the oven. Now what I have here is I have my nice finished cheesecake. What I'm going to do is initially cut this into 4 sections. Okay, there's one there, and one there. What I do for me is I cross-cut all of these, and if I did it, that would be 1/8, but I'm doing them even smaller. I cut them into 1/16, as you can see here. I cut each of these in half even, and that's perfect what I want to do. I want to slide a piece out here so we can do a taste test on this piece. As you can see, it looks good. It's got a nice crust on it. I'm going to weigh this piece and see what it weighs in at, because it's important, once again, that we weigh everything. This comes in at approximately 2 ounces, 2.04 to be exact. So I'm going to place that right here on the plate. Don't be afraid to top it with a little bit of some Cool Whip. I got some strawberries and some blueberries alongside of it here. You know, plating it. It's just a delicious looking meal to go with right here. One of the things that's important about this that I want to discuss with you real quick is how I came up with the calories and the fat and everything that goes into this, and how it applies on the low carb diet that I'm doing. Before I forget, go ahead and click like and subscribe. Do me a favor, you can do that. And you can follow this recipe and you can follow all the other recipes that I post and the things that I got going on there. This here, I have cheesecake. I've done a couple of versions of this. This is the version that I think I'm going to stay with. The fat is approximately 7.7 grams per piece. I got the protein at 6.4 grams, the carbs at 4.3 grams. The total for a 2-ounce slice right here, like this one, I'm rolling into about 113 calories. If I went 2.5 ounces, because I don't know how I'm going to cut it. You know, I cut it a little off sometimes. So sometimes it's a little more, sometimes a little less. But it'll always roll in at about 2 ounces. So anyhow, 2.5 ounces, 141, 3 ounces is 169. When I made it previously using the full fat version and using 1 cup of almond flour for the crust instead of a half cup, I ended up coming up with 169 calories for a 2-ounce portion. So you can see I cut a tremendous amount of calories there by just doing a little reversion on it. The thing also is it's time for a taste test. All right, put a little bit of strawberry in there. Let's give it a shot. Let me give it another shot. You know, I'm one of those guys who just loves cheesecake. This is a great recipe in order to get my sweet tooth. I don't feel any guilt about it. It fits perfectly within the macros and the program that I'm doing. The way I come up with all the calorie counts is I put everything into my food app, and what I do is it does the magic that it does, and it tells me everything that I need to know. It's great to use those different food application programs. So once again, I hope that you add this into your meal plan and recipes. And until I see you again, have a great day.